Hi everybody, this is Mr. Roche. We are working with Java and we're trying to learn about variables and also how to get input and output with the scanner and starting to get into loops and things like that. Um, so here's a little problem. I know we're working on the number guess game, but we're not going to do that for homework tonight. We're going to do something different because I think you need a little bit more practice with the scanner before we get into the number guess game. And you guys know that the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. So I want a program that if you enter like a value like this, okay, like 5, it'll tell you like the circumference. So 5 times 2 pi r is 31.42, okay? I also want it to come out like this without a crazy, massive precision for the decimal places, right? So if I enter 10, 62.3, things like that, okay? So circumference is good, right? What I can do is, also what I want to do is, you can find out the surface area of a circle by r squared times pi, okay? So that's a little bit different. And what we want to do is we want to write a little code to do that, okay? So that's what we're planning on doing. Great. Okay, so what I want to do is go to Eclipse, okay? Basically it should look like this. And what we want to do is we want to make a new Java project. Okay, I don't know, like circle, sorry, calculator, something like that. Okay, so we'll do this, we'll make a project. There it is. Okay, I get the Java runtime library with resources like math and system and scanner. And what I need to do is go to source and make a class. Okay, so I'll call this like circle calc, something like that. We also need a main to run the program because Java Virtual Machines program to look for main. We need to have one. It needs to be static, so it's like it exists to the Java Virtual Machines. We want that. We can talk about it later. But this is what has to happen. So this is a main routine that's sitting inside a class. Okay, that's great, and we can use it. Okay. What I want to do is I want to make a scanner. So I'm going to do scanner s, like we did in class. There we go. And I want it to equal new scanner. So I'm going to make a scanner. The new command sort of makes an object for me. And I want it to make the scanner using system input. Okay. So that sounds good, and it's going to make me like a scanner. Now I get an error. I get a couple of errors, I think. So it says scanner can't be resolved to a type. Okay. So what I want to do is it doesn't know what a scanner is yet, okay, because there's nothing to help me do that. So what I need to do is I need to get Eclipse to go into these Java libraries and go find the class for scanners so they can get linked up. And so what I'm going to do is there's a command here off of source called organize imports, and it'll just go look through things for you, okay? Now it's good. Now I get a warning here, okay, after this. So it can find the scanner, but what it's saying is it's saying I'm not using the scanner. And also there's a weird thing called a resource leak happening. And it wants me to close the scanner. So good practice is to close the scanner. So what you need to do, someplace like at the bottom, is go s dot close. Okay? And that'll close the scanner. Now notice that S is like an object, and when you're an object, if you hit like a period button next to them, it'll give you a list of all the functionality of the object, and this is everything it can do. So see, it has a lot of like functions that somebody had programmed for us, and we can use it, and we can use stuff like close. Okay, so that sets up the scanner, and that's really good. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to use it and get sort of input from it. Okay. So I got to tell the user what I want to do. Okay, So I'm going to say enter. And I will give you circumference and surface area. Okay, so that's pretty good. Let's play around with the print thing a little bit too to learn a little bit more about this. Okay, so what's going to happen is when I run it, hopefully, okay, there it is. It says enter a radius, and I'll give you circumference and surface area. Okay, I'd like that to be a little bit more fancy, so I'm going to go like this. Okay, and remember how you could print on different lines? That sounds pretty good. Okay, but what I want actually is I want the computer to actually do this for me. So I'm going to go like this. See, right now, if I do this, it'll run the exact same way. It won't look any different. But I'm going to use some escape characters. So I'll say new line. Oopie, not there. I'm going to say new line. So that's like a \n. Okay, oopie, it's backwards to me. New line. So dude, help me. There you go. New line. Okay, and then I might do this just to try it. I'm going to go tab. Okay, and then star. Oh, do this like that, and then like a star. Okay, and then maybe like another tab. So I might say circumference, like this, and I'll do another new line, another tab. These guys have to be equal so they show up. And we'll see what this looks like. Okay. And like that. Okay. And let's see what that looks like. There it goes. So it makes it look nicer. Okay. So that's good. And then what happens going on here is that I can get the input by using the scanner. So I'm going to say S. Well, I have to read the scanner in. Typically, scanner data can come in as strings. Okay, so I'm going to go, I don't know, like line or something like that. And I'm going to go like this and go S dot next line. Okay, so what that will do is it'll read the next line for me. Okay, and that's good. Okay, so then I can, if I want to, I can print this out. Oh, jeez. There you go. So we can see what they typed. Okay, just to prove that this works. So we'll do this. Okay, so this is how the scanner works. So go like this, run this, and if I just go here, I can say 56. And so it knows I typed 56. But the problem here right now is that this is a string and not a number. Okay, so what I got to do with something like this is I got to convert it. Okay, and there's some things like if it couldn't make a number out of this, it would be a problem, but we're not going to worry about that right now. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to say int, like radius, equals, okay, I'm going to say integer dot parse, and an integer is an object that I can use from Java. And what it's going to do is it's going to take in a string and it's going to give me back an integer. Okay, so it's going to try to make a string out of this, and like it has an error if it doesn't work. We'll look at that in a second. So I'm just going to give it the line, and we'll let it work. Okay, so let's try that. So it'll come in here. Oh, I didn't print anything out, but that's okay. I'll go here, and if there's no problems, everything's fine. So if I said like 77, it's fine. But if I run it again, like watch what happens if I say like Sam, it has a huge problem. See this? It goes like for input string Sam, I can't make a number, you know, blah 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 blah. But that's what an error looks like here. But if you normally give it just a number for what we're doing, it's fine. Okay. So like 66 or 66 is fine, stuff like that. So moving forward. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to try to compute the circle. So I can go, or the circumference. So I'll go double circumference equals 2. You could make a variable for math, or for pi, but there is an actual variable. So I'm going to go 2 times pi. It's 2 times pi r squared, right? So I'm going to say math dot. There's a variable called pi that comes with Java, okay, times times radius. Okay, that's great, right? And if we print this, something like that, right? So if we print it, it'll be, put something in here. Let's say like 6. So it comes back, and you can see here, like the numbers, like really, it's got a lot of like over precision. It really, we need this to be really 37.7 now. Okay, so what we can do is we can use the trick we used this morning to look at how to make floats, or round up floats. So we're going to say this, okay? So instead of using print, we're going to use printf, right? And then what we can do is we can use the exact same thing here, okay? And we're going to say, I think it's, you go like this, and we said point to f for floating point, right? And then instead of a plus sign, we're going to go like that, okay? And then actually this guy added a line return in the example, like from this morning. So he did that, okay? And hopefully this will be better. It'll look better too. Okay, and it's a way to kind of get around. So there you go. So it rounded up. Okay, that's okay. We feel pretty good about that. Okay, and then what you need to do is you need to kind of get this working, right? And then you're going to make something that calculates the surface area. You're going to do something that says, the surface area is, and then you're going to do your work here, okay? So I'll leave it to you to figure out, okay? It's wrong right now, but this is where you're going to work here, okay? So get this done. Show me some output, like make it run, and show me this part, and show me the code in some screenshots, okay? Okay, and then make sure your scanner's closed. And that's great, okay? Thanks a lot.